From humble beginnings 30 years ago, launched in Gateshead by two luminaries, Rabbi Menachem Glickman and Rabbi Johnny Adler, Gateshead Hatzola is almost unrecognizable today from what it was then. The footprint of the Kehillah was small enough to only require one member to be on duty at any one time. And with the number of families in the Kehillah in the 200s, calls were far less frequent than they are now. Bli ein hara, how we have grown. The Kehillah has tripled in size, and we are responding to a much wider area. Our call volume is increasing day by day. We now operate with a dedicated team of 16 first responders and 8 dispatchers. All of them volunteers. Demand for our services has never been greater. Training has already begun to expand our team so that we will be able to meet the demand. We salute all Hatzola responders, dispatchers and their dear families for being on standby for almost 150,000 hours in the last 12 months alone, and for spending more than 2,000 hours on active calls over the same period. Being an emergency service behoves us to continually offer the best level of care to our patients. We can only meet that level of care with the introduction of an ambulance, in addition to a sophisticated new ECG monitor, both of which have the ability to save lives.
Our expenditure will now increase by nearly 100% due to direct costs of the ambulance project, but also from the necessary recruitment and compliance with regulations. New costs include ambulance premises rental, insurance, supplies, fuel, training and maintenance. As a trustee of Gateshead Hatzola, I can vouch for our strong financial integrity and accountability.
Our dedicated responders and dispatchers are available at any time of day or night, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
It's my great host to be the clinical lead for Hatzola. I make sure that all the responders are adequately trained by doing training programs throughout the year for Hatzola. I'm also in charge of the governance for Hatzola. I look after all the incidents and the very few complaints that Hatzola gets, so we can learn from the past and improve for the future. My job is also to support Hatzola members on call, so if people do need a bit of a medical backup, a medical opinion, they can call me. They've forged unbelievable links and bonds with hospital consultants, hospital A&E departments. Hatzola responders give hours of their time to help people with physical health problems, but also with mental health problems. They often get called to emergencies, mental health crises, and they are incredibly helpful by spending many hours trying to de-escalate situations and trying to give people attention and care at their hardest hour.
When getting to the new milestone of securing an ambulance for our Kehillah, it's beautiful to see the way they're taking into consideration every aspect of halacha. When they fit the ambulance to make sure that when it comes to Shabbos, no extra lights are activated when not necessary, or to make sure that everything should work al pi halacha without whatsoever being mevata on the mitzvah pekuach nefesh, is a true testimony to the ehrlichkeit of all our members. They always make an effort after every call to go and sit down and discuss whether they did it correctly al pi halacha, how they can improve themselves next time. The fine balance between the absolute mitzvah of the chai b'hem, every life is to be protected in every possible way, but they're juggling also the mitzvah of Shmir Shabbos, Kedusha Shabbos, not to transgress any Yisurim at all.
Baruch Hashem, I'm alive, and I'm very grateful to be alive. 15 months ago, it was the holiday period when it transpired later that it was the busiest ambulance day, or busiest day for ambulances in the whole year. It transpired that I had septicemia, which, if not seen to very quickly, results in organ failure, and the obvious outcome. It was Hatzola, who were the Shlichim, came out on the Shabbos Hanukkah and saved my life. There's no two ways about it. They kept me stable for over an hour until the ambulance arrived. The ambulance service made it quite clear that had it not been for Hatzola, I wouldn't have been there even when they did eventually arrive.
Hatzola, what's your address?
Is the patient conscious?
We'll send someone straight away.
We'll have someone en route straight away.
Rafi, go get it, it's all the way up there. Rafi, you're right. Rafi. Salam, run,
Hatzola, what's the address?
In the playing field across the road from the library on Concert Road.
Is the patient breathing?
He's unconscious.
And what's the family name? Control call to Prince Concert Road, playing fields, corner of Shipcote Terrace, over.
2-6.
Thank you, 2-6. Can you attend Prince Concert Road, playing fields, corner of Shipcote Terrace? There's a child fallen from height that's unresponsive. Can I have a second unit as well, over?
1-3.
Thank you, 1-3. If you can join 2-6 to an unresponsive child on corner of Prince Concert Road and Shipcote Terrace at the playing fields, over.
Roger, 1 to responding. Sorry kids, I've got to run.
Play with us. Do you know that Daddy's trying to take our play?
Happened?
Yeah, we were just playing football and the ball got stuck in the tree and he climbed up and he fell from about
About how high?
3 meters high.
3 meters high. What's his name? Formeo. Rafi, can you hear me? Right, can everybody move back a little bit, please, so that we can get some space. Thank you. Rafi. Rafi's fallen approximately 2 to 3 meters from a tree. He's currently unresponsive, but he is breathing.
Rafi, can you hear me? 1-3 control. Could I please have a further 2 members with a fracture pack and Entonox, please? Chest and ribs feel okay?
Yeah.
Rafi, can you hear me?
While you're getting these set of obs, when the next units come, what we're going to do is we're going to log roll him. We're going to get on some splints. Hi. We've got Rafi here. He's fallen approximately 3 meters from a tree, trying to catch a ball. He's currently unresponsive, but breathing. In the survey, we are querying a fractured left femur, which is currently requiring a full set of observations. Once we've got a full set of obs, we're going to require a log roll to get the patient onto his back. Once the patient's on his back, we're going to get a neck brace on and a vacuum splint on his left leg.
Rafi, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, don't worry, you're in very good hands. We're going to look after you. I've just put a blood pressure monitor on your arm. It's going to get a little tight around your arm. Okay? Don't worry, we're just checking that you're okay.
Can we have 1 unit to call the ambulance, please?
I'll do that.
Thank you, 2-7. Can we have a neck brace, please?
2-7's on the phone to the ambulance.
Thank you.
1-7's dealing with the neck brace. Obs are holding up. Okay,
gently.
Fantastic. Just stop there a second while I get it under the chin. Injury if you were to move, okay?
Yeah.
Come off the phone from the ambulance. They've said it's a C2 with an 18-minute response time.
Can we get a pupil check, please?
Left pupil reactive.
I'm not happy with the sound of his breathing.
Thank you, 2-7.
He's also very hypertensive.
Thank you, 1-7. Very concerned about our patient now, but there's nothing further we can do other than monitoring and keeping him stable until the ambulance arrives.
He does need a major trauma centre fast.
Due to the heartwarming benevolence of one special person, we now have an ambulance. Our responders will continue to meet the needs of the Kahila and attend calls ranging from the innocent to the traumatic.
Thank you, Hatzola, for coming so fast after my accident and for making sure I had the very best care. Hatzola, you are truly amazing.
The ambulance service got me to the hospital and they saved my life. And I and my family will always be grateful to Hatzola that I'm still around. Thank you.
Tonight, we turn to you and ask, please support us in supporting you. Thank you.